Hey y'all, you are tuned into Thoughts of a Black Queen podcast. I am your host, Lorraine Renee. Welcome to episode 30, a woman's thoughts on her business versus her career. Let's do it.
Let's do this.
It's showtime.
You're listening to the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast.
These are just my thoughts.
With your host, Lorraine Renee.
A woman, her thoughts, and a mic.
Are you ready? Check this out.
All right, y'all. So again, I'm talking about, balancing your business, your business, baby, your grind, your hustle, in comparison to, or not necessarily in comparison to, but just the fact that you have to do both. So like for me, I still work a 9-to-5 job. I've been with the company that I'm with for a very long time, and I actually do love it. But for me right now, until it is possible for me to do something else, I am, obligated to still report to this job and help them make their money and help build the legacy for this particular company. And so with that being said, especially when you're in a demanding position, when you're in a demanding job where you're really busy and you have a lot of responsibilities placed on you, it can be overwhelming. It can definitely be overwhelming. It will take a lot out of you. It will require you to sometimes put in long hours, early mornings, later evenings, whatever. But when you're doing that, but you still have a business that you're trying to establish, right? How much of you do you have left to put into your business? Like, how serious are you taking it? How much discipline do you have when it comes to your own business? Like, are you as disciplined as you are with this job that you're working? Like, you make sure that you report on time and that you are checking, you're putting in your PTO time, like you're doing everything by the policy, right? Because you have to. That is your livelihood. So when you take that mindset, does that same mindset apply when it comes to your own business? Or do you find yourself slacking off when it comes to your own business, or not necessarily putting in as much energy and dedication to your own business as you do your job? That is something that I wanted to talk about. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I have definitely, from a personal standpoint, I have found myself in that very position where I literally would not give my own business, my own brand, I wouldn't give it my all. So I wanted to do a blog, I wanted to do a blog on this. And so, okay, if you're new, if this is your first time listening and you notice by the title, it says blog breakdown. So if you don't know, a blog breakdown means there is a blog that is paired with this particular episode, and the link to this blog is in the show notes. You can click from there and it'll take you directly to the actual blog post. You can also head over to the website in general, which the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast column is featured on the sharingpinkpromos.com blog website, right? So anyways, yeah, I am going to go through this blog. And I'm going to break down just kind of all of my key points that I had in the blog, but I definitely want you guys to head over there and check it out. And just see everything in its full. But I like to, some of my episodes I like to pair together with the blog and a breakdown. So when we say, and listen, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance because your girl's throat has been doing something real crazy. I'm not sick or anything, but it's just been really, I don't know. As soon as I decided I want to get on the mic and I was batching some episodes, it just started acting all like, girl. So I got my bottled water. But anyway, so if you hear me clearing my throat throughout the episode, I apologize in advance. So when we talk about chasing our dreams, it is a very literal experience because you are literally out there trying to go after this vision that you've had in your mind for a very long time. And you have to do that whether you're tired or not, right? That's the only reason that's the only way that you're going to be able to make this dream come to life, is if you really go out there, you really chase after it, you chase it down, you jump on it, and you get it going. You have to put a lot of effort, energy, time, resources, money, all of that stuff into your business, right? You have to do that. And when you have a job, in addition to doing that, you are literally you're spending half of your day, or maybe not necessarily half, but 8 hours, we'll just say 8 hours of your day doing this job. And then you are getting off from that job, and then you're going home to your life. And then not only do you have just life to deal with, whether you got kids or a husband or relationship or anything else that you do in your life, you have that as well. So it's like you're trying to juggle all of these things, and you are carrying the responsibility of working for this company that you work for, right? And you're like helping to build that empire. You're helping to make that establishment, that business run. Whatever key part you play, whatever role you have in this particular job, that's what you're doing, and you're obligated to do that, right? You make sure that you report to work to do that. So what time do you really have for yourself after that? What time, or after you have put in the work for this job, what time do you dedicate for your job? And what is it going to take for us to begin to say, okay, I am disciplined enough to know that every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, I got to report to this job. So why can't I do that with my own job? And I'm going to admit, I would be the first one to not really put in everything that I know I could be putting into my own business, my own blog, my own podcast, just whatever, because I was too tired from working the day that I worked for my job. So it was like everything that I had from the beginning of the day to the early evening hours, everything that I have goes here. And then when it comes down time to, okay, you got to grind for yourself, I ain't have nothing to give. And excuse me, that's the part that it kind of begins to get a little bit sticky. So we want to make sure, and especially, and I'm speaking to women again. Most of my audience is women. So, and listen, if you're a fella tuned in right now, I'm not leaving you out of this. This applies to you as well. But I'm just, I speak to the ladies when I say we have to make sure that we leave a great impression in our jobs, right? Because we already kind of had the burden of being the lesser of the two. When it came down to men and women, it was like, okay, women are just not equal to men. And we had to really fight to get past that barrier, that view that the world, society had on us, right? We had to fight for years to do that. And so just going into any situation, going into any job, just working for any job at all, we are trying to make sure that we are leaving a great impression. And when we're in the corporate world, we're trying to, some of us are trying to climb that corporate ladder, and we're trying to, set a bar really high. And we're doing this because we want people to look at us, and we want people to know that we know what we're doing. We want people to look at us, and we want them to know that we're capable, that we are a great person to be in the position that we are in. We just don't want to leave anything slacking, and so we will put in a lot of our own energy and effort in order to do that. So meanwhile, while you're trying to climb this corporate ladder, you to the side, we still got our own dreams, right? We still got our own things that we're trying to accomplish. And we have this vision of, if there's a legacy that we want to build too, right? There's something, I have this vision in my mind of what I wanted to do. Like for years, I have a very specific vision of what I want to do with Sharing Pink Promos, with what I want to do with Thoughts of a Blog Queen, with what I want to do with Passion Teas, like everything there's a reason for everything, and it's all going to come together for the greater of what I wanted to come together, God willing. And so that takes a lot, because the dream is big. It's a big dream. It's not just, there's a lot that I want to do and accomplish. And so it's going to require a lot of my time. It's going to require a lot of my attention. It's going to require a lot of my own resources. It's going to require a lot of my own patience. And in order for me to be able to get it from where it is now, or where it has been this whole time, to the next level, and I have, I'm constantly kind of scooting up to new levels, but there's like a big level, you know what I mean? There's like the ultimate goal. And so if I want to find myself getting there, I have to make sure that same tenacity, that same drive that I have to prove to the people that I work for that I am capable of holding down this position that you guys have put me in, and that I can do my job, and that I know my job like the back of my hand. That same motivation and that same drive that I have, that I give to them, I need to have that same drive for myself. We need to be able to feel like, okay, I got to report, like it's two jobs. It's two jobs. Like, I got to report here. And if you've ever really literally worked two jobs, then you know the struggle. And I did that as well. I reported to two jobs. I worked one, got off, went to another, got off, and was still trying to make things happen with my own blog. Not to mention, at a certain point in life when I was in school, like, there was a lot of things that we have going on at one time. And that right there is a formula for burnout. That's a formula for burnout if you allow it to. That is a formula for getting overwhelmed because you have so many things that you're responsible for doing. You will get lost all up in that sauce trying to do all of that stuff. So you really have to make sure that you have it figured out to what it is that you want to do. Like, what is it exactly that you want to do? And you have to have that figured out, because it's important. It is important. And if it is something that you have been called to do, right? If you believe that you have a purpose in this world, and that you have a calling on your life, and that there is something that you need to accomplish before you leave this earth, then it is something that you should be super, super passionate and super, super serious about doing, right? So have that same motivation. Don't let it be because it's your own thing that you don't put in as much attention to it, that you don't take it as serious. Hold it to the same level of commitment that you hold to your job. Hold it to the same obligation that you hold to the job that you're reporting to every day. Right? So in the middle of these two, when you're trying to bring this vision that you have and make it be everything that you want it to be, and then you have this job that you're reporting to every day because it's paying your bills, how do you balance? What do you do? You just do what you got to do, sis. You got to do what you got to do. Because listen, you can't quit your day job, right? You need your day job. Like, for me, I'm not in a position right now where I can quit my job. I need my job. I need it. Because what I'm doing is not bringing in the income that my job is bringing in, number one. And I'm just not in that position yet. So I have to make it work. I got to do what I got to do. But in the midst of me just doing what I got to do and making sure that I'm handling my business, I also can't forget that I have to focus on the work-life balance, element of my life. There has to be a balance. And when you talk about work-life balance, you're basically talking about everything that is related to work versus just everything else that is not related to work, which includes your personal life, which includes your personal self-care, which includes everything else. But when you have two jobs that you're trying to, or two businesses that you are spreading yourself thinly across, over here and over there, it gets hard to, it can be easy to forget that this is something that is necessary as well. And it's easy to do that because if you're not seeing the same amount of money come in, if the income is not consistent, if the growth of the business is not consistent, then it's going to be easy. It can be easy for you to not take it as serious, or for you to put it on the back burner, for you to deal with it when you want to deal with it. I am guilty of doing that myself. Not putting it as a priority on my to-do list every day. I took a major hiatus from doing everything, but that was more so a part of me knowing that I needed to do it. I needed to take that time off. Like, that was a part of some self-care shit that I needed to take care of. And I had to do that, but it, like I said, it will be easy to just not get in the habit of working on your own things when you are tired, when you've had a long day, when you had a bad day, when you just feel like you don't have anything left to give in you. Then you'll cut off, you'll stop, and you'll shut down after you've only put in the work for your day job. But our dreams are just as important as our jobs. And when you know that this is your purpose, when you know that this is something that you're passionate about, make sure that you are not like self-sabotaging your own business. Don't self-sabotage your own dream. Don't let that vision dissolve because you're so tired and because you've just given everything to your job. And listen, I'm not saying don't give everything to your day job. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying don't forget that there's a whole nother part of your life that needs to be, you need to handle business there too. And it's not easy. It's not always easy to do that, right? Because again, money plays a big thing in that. Money plays a big factor in that. We work because we work to earn money. We work for a salary, and when we have our job, it's like, okay, I know this is my salary, and I know that I'm getting this. When I work this amount of hours this week, I know this is what I'm getting for the week, and I know this is coming in. On the other hand, you got your business over here, and you may go a week, you may go a month, you may really go like in a downward slope when it comes to the income that you're bringing in. You never know what's going to happen from a week to week, day to day, month to month, however you want to break it down. You never know what it's going to do. You don't know how it's going to pay off for that month. So it's real easy to be like, you know what, I'm not even going to deal with this right now. This business baby, I like to call it the business baby, that you've given birth to. You have this idea, right? You thought of this idea. Something was put into your spirit. You got this idea of what you want to do. And then you've given birth to the idea and you've laid the foundation, right? You've planted the seeds, and now it's time to make it grow. Now it's time to nurture this business baby, as I call it, and make it grow. So that is going to take a lot of investment of your time, a lot of investment of your resources. And again, you got to be patient because you don't know what's going to happen. So we just got to go day to day, and we just got to see. And we just got to work hard every day and wait until we get the breakthrough, wait until we get the opportunity that we've been waiting for. The discovery, like whatever it is, however it applies to you, we just have to continue to work hard and do what we have to do until that day comes. And we don't know when that damn day is gonna come, and that's why we out here anxious as hell. That's why we out here stressed as hell. That's why we out here like trying to do 10 things at once. And maybe that might just be me, but it's like I'm trying to plant seeds everywhere. I'm trying to get in where I fit in. And I don't know about y'all, but I got goals that I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm trying to do a lot of stuff, and it will take you for an entire mental ride. So what do you do? How do you get through this? How do you get through it? What is the solution? I don't have the answer to that. I don't have the answer to that. I can't tell you exactly what you, specifically you listening, what you need to do to be able to get out of that position, because I don't even know the answer to how I'm going to get out of the position. Do I want to work for somebody for the rest of my life or until retirement or whatever? No, I don't want to have to. But until I am in that position to where I don't have to, I'm going to do both, and I'm going to give both everything I got. I'm going to do the damn thing here, and I'm going to do the damn thing there. And that's just what it is. I'm going to make sure that the company that I work for, when my name is brought up, I'm going to make sure they have positive things to say. And I'm going to make sure that everything that I put out there that has to do with Lorraine Renee as a blogger, as a podcaster, as a creator, I'm going to make sure that when it has my name on it, I put everything that I could into it. I put all of my creativity that I was blessed with. I put everything into it, the resources that I've learned along the way. I'm going to make sure that I put all of my soul into every piece of content that I put out there. So I just figured, we got to know how to, maneuver through. We don't know the exact way to get out. We just know that we just need a really good breakthrough, right? We need to make some things happen. We need to be making the money that we want to be making. We need to be given the opportunity. Somebody needs to discover us, or whatever it is. We need to be like, it just needs to happen. And we don't know when that day is going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know who is going to be the one responsible for making that happen, or whatever it is. And so what I want to provide to you in this particular episode and what I gave in the blog post is just some tips to get you through working both, balancing both, how to make it easier on yourself, and things to, just think about, things to make sure that you're aware of, things to try, just whatever. Tip number 1 is to make sure that you are committing a specific amount of time each week or day, however you need to break it down, to your business. Even if it's only for 30 minutes a day, if it's on your lunch break while you're at work, if it's every weekend, however you need to do it from a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, you need to be specific about the time that you're putting into your own business. So if you work, for example, and you get off at 5 o'clock and you get home, give yourself time to wind down from the day. Give yourself an hour or two, and then say, hey, from 7 to 9, I'm going to grind on my job, on my business, or I'm going to do this part of my business. This is where planners come in handy. This is where calendars come in handy, your dry erase boards, whatever, however you need to do it. Make sure that you are commit your time to that, right? Because you're going to commit clocking in at this time and clocking out at that time, right? You're going to do that for your job. So do that for your business as well. Commit to that. Make sure that you are giving that time to your own business. Use a planner, use a schedule, create time blocks, however you need to do it, just do it, right? Tip number 2, remove any doubts that you have about your job, because if you're not always thinking positive about it, it is going to be easy for you to let go of your own dream. It is going to be easy for you to not put what you want to put into it, not give it everything that you know you could give to it. If you're always thinking negative about it, remove any of those thoughts. If you're not seeing things move the way you want them to move, you're going to start looking at it like, am I wasting my time? Don't fall for that. Don't allow yourself to even go into that space. Keep those discouraging thoughts out of your mind and stay positive. It's as simple as that. Whatever you need to do to make sure that you stay in positive thinking when it comes down to your own business manifestation. You can search the blog that I have tips for manifestation. You can buy books. You can look things up, videos, whatever. Just stay positive. Each day, make sure that you are affirming not only yourself, but you affirm your business. Affirm your business. You know, we will get into, like, you wake up in the morning and I am strong. I am going to attract abundance in my life. Well, when you're speaking life into yourself, speak life into your business as well. Speak life into your brand as well. My business will thrive. My business will create multiple streams of income for me. My business will create prosperous opportunities for me. My business will reach new levels. Speak life into your baby. Speak life into it. Don't just let it be whatever it is going to be. Just because it's not all the way like real or established or making all this money. It doesn't matter. Even if you're not making any money, treat it as though you are. Tip number 2, realize that even though you're working another job, while you're trying to get your own business, use your salary as a resource. I like to call it like the silent partner or silent investor. Because I know that the money that I make, not only the money that I make from my career, not only is that taking care of me and my life and bills and things like that, but I know that there's going to be, there's a portion of that is going to help me with my own dreams. So if you need to create some sort of savings plan to do that, understand that like train yourself. The point of this is to train yourself to understand that balancing these two can be done, and that balancing these two can be done in a positive way, can be done in a good way, and that it's not necessarily a negative thing. It can be a good thing if you allow it to be. Don't make it feel like it's a lot on you. Don't make it feel like it's hard. Don't make it feel like, you're just working all day, every day from one job to the next. No. Train yourself to think, okay, my job is helping me to get to where I need to be, because my job is providing me with the income that I need to invest in this new machine that I need, or to invest in this software that I need, or to invest in this, whatever it is that we need. Whatever you need for your business, you have to pay for it. Like, listen, if you want to make money, you gotta, takes money to make money. So you need that job. So look at that job as, like I said, your silent investor in your business, and it will change your mindset when you begin to look at it that way. Instead of it just like, man, I wish I didn't have to work here. I wish I could just be working for myself. Yeah, we get that. But like, let's look at what your job is providing you with right now. There's a stability there that is going to help you fund these different things that you want to do with your job. Right? Okay. I got another one. Tip number 4. Take time out from both of their asses. Take time out from both of them. Take time out from your job. Take time out from your business. You need time to clear your mind, which means, like I mentioned before, the work-life balance, like that's where it comes in, where you make time for something other than the both of them. Because, listen, you're going to be working X amount of hours here, and you're going to be working X amount of hours over here. What me time do you have? What time does Lorraine have for herself? Where does my me time come in at? When am I doing self-care? Sundays, I may post here and there on Sundays for my business, but a lot of times I'm not really doing a whole lot of work when it comes down to my business on Sundays, because number one, I don't work my job on Sundays. Sunday is a rest day. Sunday is the day before I have to take my ass back to work. So I kind of use Sunday as like my self-care Sunday, and I take just time out for myself. I have my wash day, my hair wash day. I'll cook either a nice big breakfast or a nice big dinner. I do things that I need to do for myself, to care for myself physically. I might spend time with my bestie. Whatever it is, I try to take that day as my day, where I'm not thinking about either one. Like I said, I might post something from here or there because that just takes a second, but it's not going to be what it is like it is during the week. And that's okay. You have to give yourself that mental break, because if you don't, then you are going to be overwhelmed and you are going to burn yourself out. And I think that is what I did last year. And that's why I had to take off. I don't even know how long I was gone. I was gone over 6 months. I took off because of my patterns of how I was trying to balance the two prior to that. It wasn't working. I did not have a flow. I did not have control. And I was literally spreading myself as thinly as I possibly could to try to fuel both of these things. And it wasn't working. It wasn't working. It got to the point where I just had to shut down. And all I could do was just go to work and come home, and that was it. And it was like, okay, I see what I did here, and I can't do that again. I want you guys to make sure that, because I feel like there are a lot of us that are just really sleeping on the idea of whatever it is that we're trying to manifest, whatever business it is. I feel like a lot of us have some great potential, but we're not really putting everything that we could into it, and we're not taking it as serious as we should be. And I know, I personally know people like that, where it's like, I know the skill that they have, or I know this hobby that they have, or I know this great thing that they do, and yet they're sleeping on them, so they're not putting out there what they could be putting out there. And I am here to motivate. I am here to try to motivate and try to inspire the person that is listening to this, that knows that there is so many great things that they could be doing with their time, and they have this really great idea, but they're sleeping on themselves. Stop sleeping on yourself, sis. Get out of your head and get to work. Get it going. Plant that seed, because you will never know what it could be if you don't start the process. You will never know what that idea could turn into. It could be the next big thing. There is an audience, there is a customer base, there is a clientele that is out there specifically for you, but you will never know if you don't put it out there and get it in front of the eyes of this audience or customer base or clientele or whatever it is that you want to call it. So like I said, I want to motivate that individual that is unsure. I want to motivate that individual that really just won't make that move. Because if we've learned nothing else, we've learned this. We've learned that life is short. And that we should count every day as a blessing, but we never know what the next day will hold. We never know what is going to happen. We don't know. And so each day that we waste not doing the things that we love, not doing the things that we dream about, not planting those seeds, is a waste of time. And if it should fail, at least you know that you tried it, because it's never just a great thing to just sit and wonder if something would have worked, or wonder if something could have been great. Test it out, figure it out, find out. I think I quoted something. I don't know if it was in the last episode or if I just read it or if I posted something about it. But it said something about the greatest risk of all is not doing anything at all. That's the greatest risk you'll take. Because some of us, that's the issue. Some of us are just not risk takers. Or some of us are scared of what people are going to think. Some of us are scared of the outcome. Some of us are scared of wasting time or energy or money. And all of that. Let's get out of our head with all of that. Let's just do it. And let's just see. And let's just find out. Because either one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to go up or it's going to flop down. Right? That's life. I really hope that if you're listening to this right now, something in you, if you're not already a person who's already got themselves out there, if you've been thinking about getting yourself out there, if you've been thinking about trying to start something, I hope that this, in some way will inspire you to do that. Because I want to see women continue to take over. I think they said 2020 was the year of the woman. It might have been 2021. Every year should be the year of the woman. Every year. Let's do it. Get out there and do it. And if your job is one of the reasons why you feel like you don't have the time to do it, make the time to do it. Make the time. Realize that your job can be a great asset to you building something amazing. If you allow it to. Right? It can be a game changer for you if you allow it to be. Remember, you have a vision. And the goal is to bring that vision to life. But nothing worth having ever really comes easy. So you got to get ready to put in the work, sis. You working your way up in your career is rewarding and it's great to be acknowledged. And of course, that career that you have is going to provide you with many benefits. It's going to guarantee that you maintain your lifestyle that you're used to, pay your bills, take care of your families, take care of yourself. That's great. That's what that job is going to do. But when you know what your life's mission is, and you know that you're supposed to build something, or you have this feeling, this gut feeling, right? Or this little, if you have just an inkling of an intuition that you have something that you can build that could be great. Something that is yours, something that you put your name on it, something that you put your own blood, sweat, and tears into. Do not sacrifice that for anything or anybody, not even your job. Just figure out what you need to do to make the two go hand in hand. How can you make them click to work for you? How can you make it so that your job is flexible with you? How can you finagle this thing and make it work so that you're balancing the two of these things beautifully? Stop sleeping on your dreams. Stop smothering these goals that you have and let's get them done. You will never know unless you try. You will never know unless you try. Do you know how rewarding it's going to be when you decide to create something for yourself? Do you know how rewarding it's going to be to run something for yourself? And listen, if you're a lot of people that are listening to this right now, it's not that you haven't already put something out there. It's not that you have already established. You might be reading this because it's talking about how to balance the two. So definitely check out the blog and read all of the tips. I didn't even go through all of the tips. There's more. But just make it work. Make it work for yourself. Find something that is flexible for you. Again, if you're listening to this, either you already have something that you've established, or maybe you haven't, and it's because of your job that you haven't. So I'm trying to push you in the direction to make it happen. If you haven't already, and if you have started and planted that seed already, maybe you're struggling with trying to balance the two. But listen, create that perfect schedule. Find a job that is going to be flexible for you. Hell, make sure you're in a job that you actually like to do. Because listen, if you report into a job that you don't even like, that you hate, that you don't even want to be, if every day you wake up and you're like, Lord, I gotta go to this job, if that is already the mindset that you have for the day, likely you're not gonna have the best of days. So when you get off of work, what type of energy are you even going to have to put into your business? It's not gonna be great. And when you're working and you're moving and you're shaking things with your own business, you got to stay in a positive mindset. Everything that you put into it needs to be positive energy. Don't be working on your own shit with an attitude because of what your job did. Find a job that you actually like, and that you actually like, the culture is there. You're not feeling stressed out. You're not feeling overwhelmed. You're not feeling overworked and underpaid. You're not feeling discriminated against. You're not toxic work environments. Let's normalize not doing that shit, because I did that for years. I worked in a very toxic work environment for years out of my life, and I did it because it was providing the check. I will never do that again. I will never work in an environment that I know is toxic, that I know is tearing me down, that I know doesn't even care about my own livelihood and my health. I will never do that shit again, and I don't recommend anybody do it just because you're making a check. I strongly suggest that if that is your situation, you get the hell out of it. Especially if you feel like you're trying to build something else. Because I'm telling you, if you already have a badass attitude for the day, just don't even try. I don't know. Maybe that might help somebody. Maybe, when you get off work and you had a bad day working on your own stuff, I don't know. Maybe you're someone where your spirits go up and things turn around when you start working on your own things. Maybe that's good. And if so, great. But if not, think about the energy that you're carrying over from a job that you hate, or the job that you had a bad day at, or a job that you just really at your wits end with, and you taking that over and you trying to build something amazing for yourself. It ain't gonna work. The math ain't gonna math. Don't do it. Give it up. Stop. Seriously. But you guys, this was just a couple of tips. I did not go through all the tips that are that's in the blog post. So definitely check out the blog post to read this blog in full. There will be another part to this blog. And so when I do the second part to the blog, I will do a part 2 to the episode, because there's a lot that I think that we can talk about when it comes down to balancing business and careers as women. And I really want to get into that, and I really want to break it down even further. But I am already at 45 minutes, and that is where I try to stop these episodes at, y'all. I hope you got something from this episode. I don't have any pregame thoughts. I didn't do any questions or anything like that for this particular week or episode. Just wanted to come and do a blog breakdown for you guys. The link to this blog is located in the show notes, so definitely check that out. Visit the blog, comment, leave some feedback, let me know what you think. You guys know, share the episode. If there's someone that you think needs to hear this, send it over to them. Definitely subscribe to the podcast. I am going to be doing some a YouTube exclusive series that will be starting next month. So I got some content that I gotta go dust off the YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. And I think, did I have any other announcements to give you guys or any other things that I wanted to say? If you guys want to engage with me, advice, letter, questions, anything like that, you can email me at blogqueenpodcast@gmail.com. You can also slide up in my DMs on Instagram if you're not following me there. Thoughts of a Blog Queen _podcast. And I'm also on Facebook, Thoughts of a Blog Queen. And yeah, I think that's all I got, you guys. And the merch, there is merch available. If you're following me on Instagram, you will see some of the posts with the merch on it, but you can find the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast collection on the passiontees.com website. I will also have that in the show notes for you as well. Check it out if you want to support the platform and get a piece, a hoodie, a t-shirt, a mask, a tote, a crop hoodie, I don't know, anything. Head over to the website and you can purchase a piece of merch to show a little bit of love to me and my platform. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys who have already purchased something from the merch collection. And again, if you have, don't forget to send me pictures if you would like to be on the Instagram page. I am going to feature you if you send me that picture. And yeah, I think that's it. Did I have anything else I was going to give y'all? I think that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you found some type of value. I hope you had an aha moment. I hope that maybe something caught your attention. I hope there was something that you took note of. I hope there will be something that will linger in your mind after you've listened to this. And I really hope you enjoyed. I thank you guys for tuning in and spending this time with me, for all the love and continued support. I appreciate it. And until next time, y'all, peace and blessings.
Let's do this.
It's showtime.
You're listening to the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast
These are just my thoughts.
with your host, LaRae Renee.
A woman, her thoughts, and a mic.
Are you ready? Check this out.